What's up, Castleton? This is DJ Ely here on WIV 91.3. A little special for you today. I have a big interview coming up at 1 p.m. I'm interviewing Matty Fusaro, who is a YouTube fitness star. He's also a personal trainer. He has over 113,000 subscribers. This is going to be awesome. That's coming up at 1 p.m. And that was Brantley Gilbert with One Hell of a Amen. Such a great song. And it's a pretty nice day out, but it's a little chilly with the wind. Summer coming. I hope it is. I really hope it is. So let's get right back to the music. We got some Florida Georgia Line right here at WIV 91.3 Castleton. Zach Brown Band right there with Homegrown. Before I went to music, I talked about the weather. So let's check that forecast out for the next few days. Well, today's going to get up to 70, even though right now it's only 65. I doubt it's going to get 70 because it's a little chilly out there with the wind. The wind could get up to 20 miles per hour today, so it's going to be with us all day. So bust out that sweatshirt, even though it's supposed to be summer, it's supposed to be hot out, but I'm not a weatherman, so tomorrow's going to be 78 degrees. That's Saturday. Tomorrow Saturday's going to be 78 degrees, so it's going to be a little bit warmer. Sunday, we got some thunderstorms, 77 degrees. And Monday, it's going to be 78. And it looks like there's going to be a chance of rain all week, next week. But it's going to be in the high 70s, so it's summer is coming. I mean, it's like, what, a couple days? It's Sunday, right? Isn't 21st summer? I don't know. I'm not a science guy, so I wouldn't know. Don't forget, 1 p.m. we have Matty Fusaro. Going to be on the telephone and talking about fitness, YouTube, and all their other cool things that people talk about. So it's going to be awesome. Here is some Cole Swindell on WIUV 91.3 Castleton. Maroon 5 right there with Maps. DJ Elite here on WIUV. Great interview coming up with Matty Fusaro at 1 p.m. Fitness YouTuber and personal trainer. I just read something a little crazy about this manhunt that's going around. These two fugitives that have escaped a really high security New York jail. And now they're saying, law enforcement are saying that this could take months, maybe even years, which is just a little crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy as this manhunt that they're going could take about a few more months, a year. It's crazy that this report just came out now. And now these two guys are on, they just put them on the list of the most wanted fugitives. They're in the top 15 most wanted fugitives. Just to kind of step back a little bit and say that there's 15 people on the list is kind of scary. It's a little scary. It's a U.S. Marshal Service list of 15 most wanted fugitives, and they just went on the list today. I'm kind of scared that there's 15 people on that list. That freaks me out. So stay tuned for their Matty Fusaro interview. We'll get right back to the music. We'll keep playing. Lee Bryce right here with Drinking Class. Craig Morgan with International Harvester. So, what do you like to drink? I like to drink coffee a lot. I drink it like water. I shouldn't, but I do. I also drink a lot of water, so it kind of evens out. But there is one drink that is widely consumed more than water. Do you know what it is? There is a drink that is more widely consumed in the world than water. It's not beer. Think about it. We'll play 2 in a row from Billy Corgan, and I'll tell you the answer. Take some good guesses, because think of widely. What do people drink elsewhere other than water? And then I'll tell you the answer right after these 2 in a row from Billy Corgan right here. WIUV 91.3, Castleton's own college radio. Two in a row from Billy Currigan. That was People Are Crazy. So before I went to music, I asked you, what do you think people drink more than water? Well, I try to drink this every night before we go to bed. That's probably a big clue. It's tea. Yes. People drink more tea than water. Around the world. Tea is a big beverage. Obviously, in England, when people think of England, they think biscuits and tea. They probably don't eat that stuff or drink that stuff every day, but that's what we think of when we think of British. So tea, people drink more tea than water. How about that? Well, you're pretty much drinking water, which is boiled, so kind of cancels each other out. They're drinking water, which is boiled, but is flavored with the tea. So I don't know how to do these studies. They just come up with them. I think they just come up with these studies and go, let's put this out, and boom, we have a cool news story. But speaking of these news stories, there's another story about sleep. Another story about how many hours you get if you're an adult. Well, we'll play some more music, and when we come back, I'll tell you how much sleep we need. And still, after all these studies, people are not getting the idea. Here's some Josh Turner. Sam Hunt with Leave the Night On. Before I went to break, also, Matty Fusaro should be calling in pretty soon. It's almost 1 o'clock, so pretty excited for this. I told you, how many hours of sleep you should get. There's been countless studies and people still don't get it. What is the number? Well, like every other study, it's 7 to 8 hours. And still there's studies coming out that people are still not getting enough sleep. And I can see that because working for catering, you work pretty long hours. And restaurants too, they have a set hour, but they never get out at the same hour that they're set to because people come in late, all this stuff. People work late jobs, and that's probably why not a lot of people get enough sleep. How many hours did I get yesterday? Actually, I went to sleep late because I was working, came home from the shower, so I was kind of up and ready to do something, but it was like 11:45, so I'm like, what should I do? So I just play on the internet for a little bit, and I went to sleep like 2 a.m. I got 6 hours. I woke up like 8:30, so that's pretty good. It's not bad, but it's pretty good. And this should be Matty Fusaro. You're on WIUV.
Hi, this is Matty Fusaro calling.
Hey, what's up? This is Robert.
Hey, Robert. How's it going?
It's going good, man. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. So you want to get started right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So you had a huge transformation. I saw on your YouTube page.
Okay.
Was that the main reason you got into the fitness business?
For the YouTube?
Yeah, your transformation, was that the main reason you got into fitness?
Yeah, you know what? I actually posted that YouTube video. I was always overweight my whole life. So, back when I was younger, it was something that I was always athletic. I was always into sports, but I really wanted to make a change in my life, to feel better about myself, to boost my self-confidence. So that's kind of where it all started. I decided to one day make a video on YouTube, document my progress as more of a personal journal for myself, and then just share it with people.
Did you ever think it would get to 113,000 subscribers? Never. Now, what keeps you going? What keeps you always in the gym?
Really, I do it for, there's selfish reasons people go to the gym. We all want to look good for ourselves. We want to feel good about ourselves and stay healthy. But the other part of it is to try and inspire people. It's something that I'm just incredibly passionate about. I love being in the gym, and when I have a day off, I try and find an excuse to get myself there. So it's not only for my own personal health and to see how far I could push my body and see the kind of changes I can make in myself, but also how I can inspire others to do the same thing.
Definitely. What do you think, like I see people in the gym and then they leave after a couple weeks. What do you think the biggest obstacle is for people going to the gym?
Getting there seems to be the hardest part for most people, but the gym is really the easy part. That's the fun part. I think what's more difficult is the nutrition side of things, people sticking to a diet and being consistent with it. And the same goes for the gym as well. Consistency and patience are extremely important, and I think people get demotivated when they're not seeing the results that they're looking for as quickly as they might think. So they see people in magazines who look incredible, and they don't realize that some of these people are photoshopped and they're getting pictures taken under perfect lighting after they just had a training session. So it's very easy to compare ourselves to other people, and, I wish I looked like him or her. So when they don't see the results as fast as they want, I think that's what kind of, knocks people out of the gym.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Going off that, what would you tell somebody who is having that problem?
I always tell people, just focus on yourself. Comparing yourself to someone else will get you nowhere. So, start the journey for you. Take progress pictures. Take that picture, label it day one, and then work your ass off. Pardon my language, but
that's fine.
Keep working hard every single day, and eventually you'll get to that spot. It might take months, it might take years, but if you stick with it, you'll look back at day one and realize how far you came.
Definitely. Watching your body change is definitely the biggest thing for progress.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, if you don't visually see it, you're never going to believe it's happening. So oftentimes we look in the mirror and we're seeing the same person over and over again because that's what you're used to. But if you start taking pictures and you have something to look back on and you just stay consistent and you're patient with it, you will see the difference.
Definitely. So you give a lot of advice on the YouTube channel. What was the best advice somebody ever gave you?
Wow, best advice someone gave me. That's a really good question. I would have to say, you got me. You stumped me right now.
Really? That's funny.
Because you know what it is I've worked with so many different mentors, and the biggest thing was, I guess, as far as both fitness and business and networking and all of that goes, is to really, it sounds so cliche, but be yourself, and people will catch on to that. It's very easy to get caught up in this lifestyle and to be someone who you're not, to either try and show off or to inspire people in the wrong way. But if you're yourself, people will start to catch on to that. Be transparent, be relatable, show people that you're human.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you had that on your channel. I mean, you had a disc in your back. I mean, that was crazy, and you overcame it.
Yeah, that injury was something I never saw coming, and that's another thing a lot of people ask, how do you stay motivated through an injury? And what it comes down to is, it's horrible. No one ever wants to deal with an injury. I don't like when people come to me and tell me that they've been injured. It's disheartening, it's demotivating, but there's only so much you could do about it, and what's important is that you stay positive. And for me, positivity has taken me a very, very long way. Mm-hmm. You could sit around the house and complain that you're injured and do that whole woe is me thing, but what it comes down to is worrying is not going to heal that injury. So in the meantime, keep yourself busy with something that you love to do. If you don't love anything specific, if you don't really have a passion, now's the time to find one. So I spent a lot of time reading and researching while I was injured because fitness and nutrition was a major part of my life. So if the actual training aspect was taken away from me, I figured why not still be involved in it by reading more, learning more, and applying that knowledge somewhere else.
Yeah, that's definitely great. I've been watching your channel for a while. You're still deadlifting, and right now, how does your back feel?
Right now, my back feels 100%, and
nice.
Some people ask, how do you still deadlift with a back injury, or can I deadlift? I injured my back as well. I have a similar injury, and every single person is different. I don't tell people to deadlift with injuries. I don't think that's smart, but I went to physical therapy. I went through a chiropractor, and I did the necessary recovery in order to come back. And it was a very, very slow process, just one day at a time. And now I feel great, but I'm still very cautious every time I go into the gym.
Yeah, you got to be cautious right there, especially with a back injury.
Yeah, it's not something you want to play around with.
Now, you're a personal trainer. When did you know that you wanted to start, not YouTube, but a fitness business, like Fusaro Fitness?
Well, you know how it really started was I was a personal trainer in some local gyms. So it was a lot of hands-on experience, which I recommend everyone get. Obviously now all my coaching is done primarily online. Right. I do work with some friends and family in person, but it's very difficult with scheduling when you're trying to be an in-person personal trainer at a local gym. So I had a lot of people asking me, do you offer coaching? Because I had the YouTube channel and I had the blog and the website. And at that time, I didn't offer coaching. I was just putting out the YouTube videos because it's something I love to do. It's something I'm passionate about, and I wanted to reach out and help people. But I realized there was such a demand for me to actually coach people one-on-one, so that's kind of how the whole business side of it started. I started taking on clients online. I built a website around that, and it just grew from there, one day at a time.
Yeah, it's huge right now.
It's growing, yeah. It's growing.
To give you a plug, what is your website?
It's www.fusarofitness.com.
And then you go in there, watch videos, and find your prices for training? Is that correct?
Yeah, I do have a coaching page on there, but the prices aren't listed. I have people fill out a questionnaire so I can get a better idea of where they're coming from, a little bit of background on them, and then we'll be in contact through email to make sure that we do have an available spot open, since I do have coaching limited to a certain number of people. And, we'll have an email exchange back and forth, see if we're a good fit for one another and if we could work together.
Awesome. So FusaroFitness.com is his website.
Yes, and that's the same as across social media as far as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that.
Now, what made you start doing the vlogging on YouTube?
Just to be more relatable. It's very easy to post a video of someone working out in the gym, music playing in the background, and I wanted to show people that I live everyday life like other people do. I show my ups and downs, and I think that's really important. I never want to appear like everything in life is perfect. And I think some people can get that impression when you're on the internet, yourself out there. We have a camera and we're editing these videos. It's very easy to edit out the footage that we don't want people to see. But I figured if I could just vlog and take people through my daily life, they'll see that I'm a regular person as well. I work hard for what I want. I eat meals like you guys. I go to the gym like you guys. And I just figured, why not show it and be relatable with people? Just show people the true side of things. So vlogging it adds a personal touch to the videos.
Yeah. And do you think was it hard at first doing the vlogging?
It was a little bit awkward, the public filming. For some people, I'm comfortable with it now. I've been doing it for a long time. But, when you go into maybe a gym that you're not 100% familiar with, I've had to switch gyms a few times. And when I signed up at my new gym, bringing a camera and a tripod in there, you definitely get some weird looks, but that's normal. It's not normal to be filming yourself in the gym, so I completely understood that. And going around in public with a camera, people look at you, but in the end, they'll walk past you, and then 2 minutes later, they'll forget they even saw you. Or it might even lead to some conversation, so it's not bad.
Now, you left the other gym because somebody now, I don't know if this is how you left the gym, but you were too loud.
Yes, I was deadlifting, and the weight was a little bit too loud, so someone came over and had a few words with me. And, I respect everyone in the gym. Like I said, it's not normal to be filming yourself in the gym and setting up a tripod, and it can make people feel uncomfortable. But I just felt like, that gym wasn't for me. I spoke with the owner, and he was actually okay with some of the filming, but there were one or two members who didn't feel comfortable with it. So I felt it was best for me to just leave that gym and find somewhere else where I can film more freely.
And now you have a key to this new gym. Is that correct?
Yes. So I do have the ability to go after hours if I choose to do so.
That's awesome. So what is your main goal right now, fitness-wise?
Really just to expand my reach. I really want to travel. That's something that's really big for me. I've gotten a ton of support over the last couple of years from people all over the world. So to get the opportunity to travel to different countries and meet these people and hear their story is my ultimate goal. And just, again, keep expanding the brand, keep growing the name, and inspiring as many people as I can. Do you do
what people call bro splits, or do you just kind of just feel it out during the day?
No, bro split. I don't do a bro split, which would be like a body part a day.
Yeah.
I think that the increased frequency is better. So something like hitting each muscle group twice per week, and some of the popular programs out there are doing something like a legs push-pull split or an upper-lower split, to where, again, each muscle is hit 2 times per week instead of just one, like a traditional bro split.
I noticed something about your workout videos. Do you still do cardio?
I do cardio really on rest days, on off days. If I was really dieting down for something, I would incorporate cardio, but right now I do it strictly for the cardiovascular benefits. So the heart is the muscle, you have to keep it healthy, but I'm not doing it to lose weight.
Right. Sitting here with Matty Fusaro on WIV 91.3. Do you ever think of competing on the stage?
I've thought about it. I've thought about it many times. I'm just looking for the right time to do it. Right now, I am planning for a wedding, so not the best timing right there. It is a very big mental, physical, emotional commitment. When you get down to those final weeks, it's a lot to deal with. So it's not the right time for me right now, but eventually I would love to get on a stage.
Would you rather be on stage flexing or maybe some strength competitions?
If I did anything, it would probably be something like a physique competition.
Yep.
And down the road, I did mess with the idea of doing a powerlifting competition until I hurt my back for the second time.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate because it was not lifting related. It was like a freak incident that happened in my house.
Huh.
And I slowly worked my way back into lifting. But a powerlifting competition down the road would be something cool as well.
Might have to get together with Max Shooting there.
Yeah, definitely.
So going off nutrition and fitness thing, why do you think If It Fits Your Macros is this craze now?
I'm sorry?
Why do you think If It Fits Your Macros, why is that such a big thing now?
Because it's fun to look at pictures of Pop-Tarts and cookies and candy and cake and pizza. It's something that I think it's a great thing, but it's just misunderstood. And I've made videos talking about flexible dieting and how If It Fits Your Macros is something that people aren't really grasping the idea of. So many people are just under the impression that you can eat anything that you want all day long and you could still get in shape. And is that the case? Yes, to an extent. If you're within your caloric goals, then you can eat what you want. But is it the best approach? Probably not. You have to take your health into consideration, your vitamins, your micronutrients. So it's become popular because it allows us to be a lot more flexible with our food choice. We don't have to be so restricted, but at the same time, you have to understand that there is still a place for the fruits and vegetables and the typical bro foods.
Yeah, and I watched a video about flexible dieting and that people can get a little bit more flabby, trying to get a six-pack with flexible dieting, but then like you, Max, Guzman, you guys are pretty shredded off flexible dieting.
Yeah, like I said, Instagram and YouTube, we show the fun side of things. So no one really wants to see an Instagram picture of oatmeal and egg whites. And for me, I can't speak for everyone else, but I could guarantee that the majority of people out there who are posting the pictures of their ice cream and of their pizza are eating, I guess you can use the word bro, the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So it's just being smart with the flexibility. 80 to 90% of my food is chicken breast, is oatmeal, is sweet potatoes and rice. And then that other 10%, I allow myself some discretionary calories. So maybe I'll throw in some Sour Patch Kids or something like that. But the majority of my calories are micronutrient dense and minimally processed.
Yeah. Now, with flexible dieting, do you still think in like maybe 10, 15 years, this will still be a thing and people who are like 40, 45 still be doing this kind of dieting?
Yeah, again, If It Fits Your Macros is not a diet, it's just a way of eating. So
Right.
I consider it a flexible approach to nutrition, and I think it's a great way to look at nutrition. I have some clients currently who are in their 40s, who are in their 50s, and I teach them these ways, and it allows them to go out with their family to a restaurant. A lot of these people do have families, they have kids, and they need to enjoy themselves as well. And the last thing they want to do is pack a chicken breast and some spinach and take that to the restaurant with them. So
Right.
It allows them some more dietary freedom. And I think, if we can keep talking about flexible dieting the right way, it will benefit a lot more people. But for the people who just keep saying, if it fits your macros, eat this and eat that, that's really not the best message.
Yeah, definitely. So what is like the craziest health craze you heard? Like, oh, if you do this, you'll have 20-inch biceps, What was the craziest thing you ever heard?
Oh, man, there's too much of it. It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you open any magazine now and they're telling you in 7 days you can lose 15 pounds or you can grow 3 inches on your arms in a month. I mean, all of it is just garbage. There's a lot of stuff about certain fat-burning foods that will target your stubborn fat in your stomach and in your love handles. And, I mean, there are myths being perpetuated every single day.
Yeah, and I think it's like, do you think that's why people get discouraged when they go to the gym? Like, oh, this guy, it took 2 weeks and he's, 6 packs. Do you think that's why? Another reason people are not consistent in the gym?
Yeah, certainly. Like I said earlier, it's a lot of it has to do with they read all this misinformation and they take it at face value. So when you see someone on a magazine cover who looks shredded and the magazine article told you that they did it in 2 weeks by eating this or drinking that, people are going to believe that because the guy in the magazine looked great and he said it. So it's very hard for people, especially newer people to the gym and nutrition, to be able to decipher which information is true and which is false.
Yeah. So what would be you're on a run, and you're busy. What's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal. Well, you know what? That's another thing that has to do with kind of the whole meal timing thing. A lot of people feel they have to eat 5 or 6 times a day.
Yeah.
I typically I eat when I'm hungry, and sometimes that's not until 2 p.m. So right now it's around 1:20 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything yet today.
Wow.
So I don't feel the need to really carry food around with me. When I get hungry, if I want something really quick, oftentimes I'll blend up a protein shake or something like that, a chicken sandwich. But no specific foods that I have in my diet. I just kind of eat what I'm in the mood for at that time.
Yeah, and watching YouTube channel, I mean, this guy's up at 5, 6 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you see that very often still. People are packing 7, 8 meals per day, waking up in the middle of the night to drink their protein shake, and they were told that they have to do that in order to gain muscle because your muscles are being broken down while you're sleeping. So there's just a lot of information out there that we're trying to get rid of, but, we'll never be able to do it. It's just too much.
Yeah, very true. So how's your dad doing?
Oh, my father's doing great.
Yeah.
He's training 5 to 6 days a week, and he looks incredible.
He does. It's crazy. I mean, I haven't watched the video in a while, but what was his what drove him to get shredded?
You know what? I wish I had a specific answer because he was very stubborn. Pretty much the whole time. When he was overweight, it was one of those things where I always wanted him to either come to the gym with me or at least just get a little bit more active. But
yeah.
I noticed that the more you push someone to do something that they don't want to do, the further away you'll push them. So we understand you're trying to motivate them and you're trying to show them that you actually care, but at the same time, they're just not ready for it. So he was watching some of my YouTube videos, and he saw that I was going to the gym and I was cooking some meals in bulk and eating healthier. So he kind of just picked up on that. He started to reduce his portion sizes, cut out unnecessary foods in his diet, and from there he started to see he was losing weight, he was feeling better, sleeping better, more energized throughout the day, and that just kind of carried over into the gym. He threw in some exercise with the better eating habits, started to lose even more weight, see more muscle, and just kept going with it over a year. And I don't think his intention was to get as shredded as he is, but he's happy now and he looks incredible.
Well, like you said, should people, when they motivate someone, it should be a slow process and not you got to eat healthy right now, right? It should be slower, right?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit.
When you're trying to motivate someone, shouldn't you do it slower? Instead of just going, you need to eat healthy right now. Shouldn't it be a slow process?
Yeah, you should always be working into it. And what it really comes down to is motivation is intrinsic. So it's a spark that you get, but unless you keep that spark lit, it's not going to go anywhere. So you can motivate someone all you want. You could try and get them fired up, and you might get them fired up for that 1 second or 1 minute or 1 day, but if they're not consistent with it, it's never going to go anywhere. So I think easing someone into it will get you much further than trying to completely do a lifestyle overhaul. And that perfect example of that would be New Year's. New Year's Eve, everyone makes that resolution that they're going to get in shape, start going to the gym, cut out all of this, start doing this, and they try and do too much at once, and it's just not realistic and sustainable, and then they end up giving up everything.
Yeah, it's very hard to do that. But, Matty, thank you for doing this.
Oh, not a problem. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Before we go, if you want to plug YouTube or Facebook, you can go right ahead.
Yes, certainly. If any listeners want to follow me, it's Fusaro Fitness. That's the website. That's the YouTube. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And feel free to, shoot me a message, drop a line somewhere. And I've been uploading videos to YouTube about 4 to 5 times per week. And I'm very active on social media. So if you guys want to connect with me, that's where I'll be.
And actually, he does reply to, you do reply to tweets, I see.
I reply to just about everything, whether it's a Facebook comment, a tweet, a YouTube comment on my videos. Like I said, I'm very active on there, and I'm always trying to respond to people and interact with the people who have been supporting me. So,
yeah. So, Matty, thank you again.
Not a problem. It was a pleasure. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, and I'll send you the link once it's all edited up, and you can listen to it.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Matty.
Take care, Rob.
You too. Matty Fusaro, everybody. Whew. That's a long interview. That's at least 20 minutes. But he's a great guy. Yeah, like he said, Fusaro Fitness, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Just type in Matty Fusaro. He has over 113,000 subscribers. Pretty awesome guy. So, and like I said, this will be edited up so people, if you guys missed it, you can listen to it online. We'll get right back to the music. We have some Blake Shelton coming up right here. WIUV 91.3 Castleton. Weezer right there with Buddy Holly. A little cloudy out there. Maybe it'll rain. But if it does rain, it'll get even colder. And I don't want that. So I don't know if you heard, but St. Louis. I'm thinking football. The St. Louis Cardinals are in deep poop because one of their personnel in the front office has hacked into the Houston Astros computers. Now, right now, the Astros have the best AL record right now. NL is St. Louis. They actually let go someone in the front office in 2011, and he went to the Astros. Now, you have so many positions in the front office: GM, assistant GM, president of baseball operations, the manager. You have a lot of positions. So this could have been anybody. And now the FBI is actually in on the investigation. And speaking of investigations, remember Deflategate? Well, now somebody's auctioning off one of the AFC footballs. Can you believe that? I don't know if I would buy that, though. Because I could probably just deflate a football and I can have my deflated football. It's kind of crazy that somebody's auctioning off the AFC Championship football that was deflated. Imagine having that on your shelf at home. So right there, guys, that is one of the footballs that Tom Brady deflated, and I have that in my house. Wouldn't that be like weird, but it'd also be cool at the same time that you have a deflated football from the AFC Championship game? I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, this is going to be a legendary game now. You know, in 10, 15 years, it's going to be like a thing, a legendary thing that happens. So, you know, I don't know if I would buy it, but I'm not a Patriots fan, but I don't know. Depends. If Tom Brady touched it, maybe. That might make me buy it, but I don't know. We're going to get right back to the music, and here's a good sports anthem, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. Fall Out Boy with Sugar. We're going down swinging. All right, we're going to wrap it up here on Tune In Special Edition. Like I said, if you missed the interview with Matty Fusaro, I will be editing it during the week. And then it will be up on the Facebook page so you can check it out. And thank you guys for listening. Enjoy the beautiful fall day, spring day, I don't know, summer-ish day. Have a great day. Be safe. I'm going to leave you with the latest from Michael Jackson. Yeah, I know. He's resting in peace right now, but still making music, just like Tupac. So here's Michael Jackson with Love Never Felt So Good, taking us out on WIV 91.3 Castleton.
Dance. Let me see you move.